Me personally think the FA is not doing a good job, right? And there's a lot of reasons why I said like my mind not to be too in the game right now either. Because my daughter, my young daughter, catch a seizure the night before the game when I left Philly playing for Red Bull. Sometimes I have regrets. Trust me, water just started to run out of my eye. I'm like, fuck. I know I'm better than players who I see get opportunity. And you know, it don't seem like I'm gonna play for now. Everything just happened so fast. I was so shocked. I don't know what to do. I pick her up and I just start running. After the game, I went back to the hotel. I don't leave my room. I don't eat. You know, I couldn't sleep. You know, I don't know what the reason why I want to leave. You know what I mean? They think it was money, but it wasn't money. Everyone knows I always talk about it. Whenever I look at Dumbo and playing the Premier League, that's what drives me crazy the most. Believe me.
Here's the captain on the return for Dodgecale. Feeds it on for Burke. There's the goal! Cory Burke strikes again. Cory Burke again. Burke trying to split two. Cory Burke with the brace. Bedoya leaning on Burke with an opportunity. Cory Burke!
Week against Toronto, and now Cory Burke in the box, and Cory Burke finishes for Philadelphia.
Ball looking for Burke, lining up the volley. Oh, it's a spectacular finish from the Jamaicans.
Burke in on Jack. Burke off the left foot, off the post and in. Cory Burke has tied this game.
Gobbled up by Montero. He'll have a goal. A Picol. Buen servicio. Sánchez se quedó gol.
Ballerfoot and KNOCKINZ. Your sister will bring on Rose and now, son of me one again. Big up yourself, Burke.
Yeah, man, blessings.
But if you never know, we have CORY BURKE here. 235 appearances in USA, Germany and Jamaica. 95 goals and assists. 34 caps for Jamaica with 9 goals along with it. He's a proud sponsor of the DELA VEGA football team and also a proud community activist. CORY BURKE, thank you for being here. How you do?
Yeah, man, I don't know. Being blessed there. I go on to the great work. Same way.
Alright, we know so we have a whole heap of big news coming up. And we're going to get to it and everything, but we just want to know how you been. You've been here for a little while now back home. How is everything?
You know, just take the time off, you know, to reflect everything that happened in the past season, you know, injuries, obstacle, you know what I mean, a challenge last season, so I'm here to refocus, recharge, you know, ready to go again whenever the time comes, the right moment, you know what I mean.
Alright, you know, say here at KNOCKINZ we like to do things in chronological order.
Believe.
So yeah, you know that we like to take you through your steps in football and anything. But we don't want to be lame boring where we just start from grassroots or anything. We could just start it a little spicy. I see you do an interview with Halftime TV. Almost 4 years now, May coming to be 4 years. And you know, you mentioned something about the coaches being withdrawn because it's you know, take them out of the competition. Old Harbour, you represented Old Harbour, but sadly your time there was cut short. You never really get to represent them as much as you would for the COSTA Cup. So just tell me how you felt on that, and did you find out what was the reason why they had to remove the coaches at the moment?
Yeah, you know, back in 2009, after making it on to the first one, to the second one, just before the first game and the second one, we heard that the news that they were withdraw all the football team from the school, including under 16 and under 14, because of incident with one of the students who recently came in the school, get transferred from different school. He should sit out a year, which the coach, I don't know what went wrong, you know, and then decided to play him. And, you know, teachers go and remember report the player. And then he started to take up everything in matter, and the principal, they have to just withdraw the football team from the tournaments.
Don't you think that's a little bit harsh? You know, especially that the coaches just leave like that as well. You thought that was necessary?
I mean, it wasn't a case where the coaches leave, as I said. The principal, he's the one who made the decision, which he got the chance, could have withdrawn either sports, and decided to just withdraw the football teams. You know, and you know, there's a lot of talent were in all of the teams, under 14, under 16, especially in the D Cup team, and you know, like myself and other players who was really good at the moment. You know, just with them, and Jim lost because of that, but it's just an unfortunate situation as well. You know.
Any teammates that you could remember during that time?
Yeah, Jabari Baker, our captain, you know, he was our leader, and that was his final year as well. That man is Solomon, who used to also play for Portman United, represent the national team as well, played centre back. Deborah Gray, another player who played in the Premier League, played for VEGA United, Tivoli Garden, Waterhouse. Was also a player who I played with in high school. Dean Kelly as well. So yeah, there was a lot of talents.
Oh,
Interesting.
Wow.
That's like 4 or 5 names that you have called that are playing in the Jamaica Premier League or have played in the Jamaica Premier League. We've just concluded the recent 2024 schoolboy football season. As you said, you're somebody that you played a little bit of schoolboy football before transitioning on to the Premier League. How's that transitional phase for you, moving from the Costa Cup to Rivoli?
You know, moving from Dakar Cup, I represent DELA while I was playing Dakar Cup as well, and I transferred from DELA to HARBOUR. And I think that's the last year. I think under 21 play.
Yeah.
And I didn't play no game because of injury. Then I decided to come back to DELA, play one more season, then went back to HARBOUR again. For the Premier League this time.
Yeah.
Didn't play. I think I win the same year, 2012. Then win that season. You know, I remember in October. You know, I was saying to myself, I know I'm better than players who I see get opportunity, and you know, it don't seem like I'm going to play for now. So I decided to went to RIVOLI in the Super League. You know, because I was in talk with the coach and the management staff before I went to HARBOUR. I explained to them, say, yeah, I go back to HARBOUR, but if anything shall go wrong and I don't like whatever is going on there, then I will come to play for RIVOLI in January. And you know, everything that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
So when you played at Rivoli, right, and you know that you had the likes of Devon HODGES, they would call him a local legend. What was that like?
You know, it was a great feeling, you know, watching Devon HODGES since I was going to Stanton Primary, you know, and then get the opportunity to play with him. You know, I learned a lot from him. Meaning finishing wise, you know, with his quality, you know, kind of helped me to adapt to my game. You know, as I said, it was a good feeling for me playing with the likes of Devon HODGES. You know, a person who I look up to, even today. You know, we speak as you guys say speak at times. So yeah, it was a good feeling for me. You know, good experience. You know, with my development, playing with the guys like Devon HODGES. As I said, I've been watching him since I was playing Spanish Primary. So it's a good feeling.
Spanish Town Primary, what was the time like there in Premier League? You set any records? Because I seem to talk to everybody and everybody set a record. So I wonder who hold the record right now.
Yeah, you know, playing for Spanish Primary, I get leading goal scorer playing right back.
Right back?
Yeah. Get leading goal scorer playing right back. Even though we didn't win. Because, you know, once the quarterfinal, the knockout rounds, we played all this school, which, you know, some other players who maybe 1 year older than us, bigger than us. So yeah, we make it all the way to the final, but in grade 6 I lost to Margaret in the final. So yeah.
That explains a lot. You're playing at right back so young. That's why you tackle so hard
Yeah,
and
that's
so
why I'm tackling so
aggressive. And aggressive up top. And as I said, I watched your interview with Halftime TV, and they said that you get your inspiration from Diego Costa, that type of striker, and Didier Drogba. You know, you said those are your favorite strikers. Do you see you emulate them in any way other than the strength and, you know, physicality? What else do you think you have similar?
I mean, watching these players, the awareness, you know, can see things around them, you know, and as you know, with their physicality, you know, it helps them a lot. If you know, strike like us, we depend on strength, you know, to get by defender sometimes. You know what I mean? As I said, with the awareness around the box, the movement around the box, you know what I mean, and the quality inside the box, you know, the way they go about their business, you know. I even watch interview, you know, I watch training with them. So I learn a lot just by watching them.
All right. I see you guys made mention to physicality. Can it ever be said that because of where you grew up, because of your environment growing up, that influenced your playing style? Was it a case where growing up in your community you always did have a firm on your ball? Or was it a case where probably in your community you did have a skill? How did your environment influence your playing style?
You know, in a community like this, you have to have everything. You have to have the physicality, you have to have skill, you know, because growing up we play a lot of scrimmage, call it tackling sport, you know, and the pitch normally full. So you have to have everything. You have to have the skill, the physicality. So, you know, I learned that by growing up playing with my friends, even bigger guys. You know, that, as I mentioned, I used to play right back.
Yeah.
Also, I play centre back. I play left back. I play central midfield. The only place I don't play is in the goal. So, yeah.
When you played Central when? You played Central during your primary league?
Nah, I
Or it
played
was
Central
in high school?
the same year where they with Jolly team. I was playing Central for most part.
How was it like, and how did that develop your game playing Central or even other parts on the pitch?
I mean, at first I didn't want to play there. Like I remember one game we played like in the States Cup in St. Elizabeth. We played against States and Linval Dixon, which was the coach. He said to me, like, "You want me to play the Central?" I was like, "No, I want to play out wide." I was playing on the left side, so I said I want to play out there. And we lost. We lost the game like 3-1.
Wow.
And then, you know, that was one of the topic. It was mentioned that he asked players to play in position and we refused to play there. So the next game, played against Ulmers and I played there and we won. So that's where the connection come in with Ludlow Bernard to bring me to Harbourville.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, and playing it in the Central, you know, with my energy, I could go up and down the pitch, you know. So it was like nice feeling for me to add up and play a new role.
You mentioned Harbourville, but I didn't see any stats on you really about Harbourville, and I did some extensive research, mate. I would think, but I didn't see anything around Harbourville.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't play no game when I went there for
but
20.
you know, them would have talk about your training or anything, nothing at all.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know. People like Lola Bernard and Harold Thomas, you know, some of the players, Kemal Lawrence, you know what I mean? Jeremy, you was there at the time still. A lot of players, you know, as I mentioned, they won the season that year. But as I said, I was like one of the youngsters in the team. So I didn't get the opportunity to really showcase my talent there.
All right.
When you look back on Harbourville right now, what do you think? Right now, at the moment, because you know that they're at the bottom end of the table. What do you think about that? Your thoughts on that?
I mean, you know, in football, if you have a football club, you know, you have to, every year you have to grow. And if you don't have growth and you have identity, a structure of how you go about business, then it's gonna be like this. Even if you are one of the top team in the country. I still remember one year when Portmore United got relegated. You know, maybe things wasn't as normal as we know Portmore United to be, but now they're trying to get back to the top, and that's one of the things we expected very soon.
We're going to talk about Portmore later on, though, but you know, let's go on. Rose.
We're looking at it. During the year 2013 to 2016, 3 seasons for RIVOLI, 77 appearances, 26 goals. How was the RIVOLI for you? Describe RIVOLI, if you were to describe RIVOLI to us, how was that for you?
I mean, you know, as RIVOLI is one of the St.CATHERINE team, you know, it's like home for me as well because, you know, it's in Spanish town where I'm from. So, you know, first season playing there in the Super League, as we know, we have the likes of DEVON HODGES. You know what I mean? So I was like the man who do all of the work for him to score the goal. Likewise in the first year in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Then things just get more interested when DEVON HODGES decided to leave and went to Lion. So, you know, then, you know, I tell myself, well, I have to be the man for this team. You know, I work extremely hard, you know, to make sure we get results every week, you know. And as you see, after the 2014 season, there was a lot of club who was coming after me to come from there, like the Arnett Garden, Waterhouse, Montego Bay, Cavaliers. Harbourview want me to come back. You know, I remember I even went to Waterhouse training after I lost to Waterhouse the Sunday. Then I went to Waterhouse training the Monday. You know what I mean? Next day, all of the star, one of my friends called me and said, "Yo, see the star and pull up the back of the star 24 hours away from Silent Waterhouse. You know, RIVOLI people then call me right away. Suspended from training to have meeting, which, you know, I set the meeting because, you know, I was the man there. So, you know what I mean? You know, what the reason why I want to leave? You know what I mean? They think it was money, but it wasn't money. But, you know what I mean? It wasn't money, it was something other than money. So, I decided to stay there, you know what I mean? And, you know, everything that happened, it's because of the work I put in.
All right. So we're looking at, because as I say, chronological order. So moving from RIVOLI to our loan spell in 2016 to Bethlehem Steel. Talk to me about that phone call that you received, that you knew that, okay, fair enough, I'll be leaving, I'll be transitioning from Jamaica Premier League to abroad.
Yeah, after the game, we play a Sunday night game out by HARBOUR against HARBOUR. I remember the national coach, Winfrey Schaefer, was at that game. You know, even though we lost the game, I think I was the player of the game for that game. You know, that was the game that exploded everything. Yeah, I remember the next day we didn't change, but I was stung by RIVOLI. You know, and the vice president of the club passed and said, "Oh, we need to go and pack my bag. I go camp for the national team." You know, that was my first time traveling with the national team, being in the squad. Then after that, I get the next phone call. There was a team in the US want me to come there. I was like, yeah. You know, I didn't have an agent at that time. I remember this guy, Wiley Jervis from HARBOUR. He was the one who contacted the Manuel, who is my agent.
Yeah.
You know, and we talk about stuff. You know, and the loan spell came, we signed. I went there. That year, you know, things start up really well. Like 1 week before the start of the competition, I tear my meniscus. Yeah, so that was a bit of setback as well.
All right. From Bethlehem Steel, obviously you had impressed the guys abroad.
Hold on. I want to know about that. Talk to me about that.
Meniscus.
Yes.
How was that mentally, as he said? How was the first major injury? Was that the first major injury?
Yeah, you know, that was my first real injury where I found myself couldn't play. You know, and I have to do surgery. You know, but you know, I stay focused. I don't let that get me out, even though I want to play. You know, I just work hard every day and say, yeah. The doctor said 6 weeks after surgery, me I try to get through this by 4 weeks. And 4 weeks I was back on the pitch. So yeah.
That mentally though for you?
As I say, I just take the time to work hard, get stronger. You know, get stronger. Couldn't wait to get back on the pitch, as I said. You know, but I didn't really focus on, oh, I'm here, I can't play. I just want to get on the pitch. You know.
And how is it like a player, you know, that when you get injured and you see other teammates out there, do you fear losing your spot in the team?
I mean, yeah, every player would say yes, because, you know, you never know. The next guy might step up and, you know, doing good, and it's going to be hard to get back your position. You know what I mean? So once you get your chance, the opportunity again, you just hit the ground running and try to get back your spot.
And we'll move on, because after we left Bethlehem, where did we go after that?
Yeah, we went to Philadelphia Union.
Yes,
that was the big move.
So after the 2016 season, you know, as I mentioned, the surgery, I finished that season on 4 goals, and the coach decided, hey, we're going to sign you back, you know, because he said to me, you know, that I didn't get a fair opportunity to really showcase what I can do. So the other season I played in the US again for Bethlehem. You know, I was the top goal scorer for the team. And then the first team, which is Philadelphia now, there was 2 of us, me and the other striker, and they have to choose one, and it was easy for them to choose me, because it's not just the goal that I scored, it's the work that I put in on the pitch, you know, because even playing with Bethlehem, normally sometimes they would send me to train with the first team, you know, and the coach, me and him have the same last name. His last name is Burke as well. So, yeah, so he always think me and him are our family.
Yeah, coach's son.
Yeah,
That's everybody think.
So going to the first team, you know, Jim Courtney is a coach I have a lot of respect for. You know what I mean? Everything just happened so fast, because every time I went there, I did great. And because I'm doing good, Jim always talk to me and say, hey, you want to see this every day, not just today, tomorrow, or 1 week. every day, every week, and
Consistency.
every time I train with them, it's the same. You know, so it was easy for them to sign me to the first team.
All right.
That's great.
You stayed at Philadelphia for 4 years. So we stayed from 2018 till 2022. In that time period, we scored a total of 25 goals. That's according to your stats online. How was life in Philadelphia? How was life, not just in Philadelphia, but you're moving from Spanish Town where I got the evening come down, make una burn up under the sun. And then you go somewhere that it gets extremely, extremely cold. Mentally, how was that for you? And then how was it during that 4-year period?
Yeah, you know, in Philly, for me, it's like in Spanish Town, to be honest. You know, I get a lot of love there. I can feel the love. It's different from playing for Red Bull. You know, even times when I left Philly playing for Red Bull, sometimes I have regrets not staying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we are professionals, so you have to act professional. You know what I mean? But as I said, in Philly, it's like living in Spanish Town for me.
How did the sacking of Jim Curtin affect your career personally?
Yeah, because as I mentioned, I was trying to go back. And I know that if Jim was the coach, I would have a good chance of going back.
Fair.
There was a period where, so we played in, according to order, we played in Philly, and then we went back to Bethlehem on just a short loan spell, and then you came home. You came home because you had issues with work permit. We want to touch that a little bit on the basis of the mental aspect, knowing that, okay, you started having a solid career in the US where you would be earning good money, and then now you're hit with this. How was that mentally, and how did you transition then to play local football until?
So first, as I mentioned about playing with Philly and back to the second team. So, you know, because it's one organization, it's like the first team and the second team. So the first team player can always play for the second team, but the second team player, you have to sign to play for the first team. Yeah, so if you are playing for the first team and you don't get game time, normally they would send you to play with the second team. And that was the first season, the 2018 season, where, you know, you have CJ Sopan, who was the first choice striker.
Yeah.
You have Jay Simpson, who was the second striker. Either also a player who could play for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Then you have me. But the preseason that year, normally, you know, CJ Sopan would play 45 minutes in a game. Jay Simpson would play 30, and then I would play 15.
Yeah.
And at the end of the preseason, I was the top goal scorer. So now I was like the second strike.
Second strike.
So
striker.
after CJ was me now.
Yeah.
So I get my opportunity in the first game. I was on the bench, get subbed in, assist, got a player send off. My first MLS game.
Yeah.
Next game, 3 minutes. You know, normal game, nothing really never happened for me in that game. Then the minutes just start go less and less.
Yeah.
To one point where we're not winning, we lose tie. You know, CJ not scoring, but he played all the minutes still.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one game we lost 1-0. Get a penalty, CJ missed it, and I was on the bench, no sub. Trust me, water just started to run out of my eye. I'm like, fuck. You know, and then I don't know if Jim saw it. He came to me because it was like a road trip. We went to Dallas, from Dallas to Canada play against Montreal. And he came to me when we were in Montreal and said he's going to start me in the game. I know I was going to score from the training session.
You feel it in your foot, like I say, yeah, man.
Because I score a goal from Blake.
Yeah.
And not if him never knows I see him. The way I take the ball on my chest, and when him feel like I will turn and push it, I just kick it one time and he couldn't move. So in the game, I score, and then second half I get a red card.
Oh no.
As you said that, because we didn't even want left half fight, we want peace side. You mentioned Blake. Blake an icon in a Philly. How you feel when you have other man where you know say me and Jenna come from the same place. And we foreign together. I like we make it in a big foreign. How did you feel knowing that you had the captain of your national team playing with you on your club football level?
You know, it's a good, trust me, really a great feelings, you know, not just playing for the national team, but we play against each other in high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you went to CC and Glenmere.
Yeah, so I played against him when he was playing for Glenmere. You know, then I went there to play with him on the first team, you know, and we sit next to each other in the locker room. You know what I mean? That guy who always, you know, motivate me every day, knowing that he was playing there before me.
Yeah.
You know, so he motivate me every day. You know, the goalkeeper coach, they're very close. So whatever talk in the coach's office, normally the goalkeeper coach will say it to Blake, then Blake will say it to me.
Yeah.
You know, keep me going every day. You know, so that was something good for me, knowing that we have Andre Blake next to me. a guy who, you know, I highly respect, a very respectful guy as well. So whenever I think something's not going right, I will go to him and say, oh, Blakey, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? And even I want to talk. And,
You know?
yeah.
All right.
Talk to me about the loan spell now. In Europe, Bundesliga, talk to me about that.
Yeah, you know, as you know, with my visa, you know, when doing the green card, pay my medical, I have to stay out here for a couple months. You know, playing for Portmore United for 4 months. Then I went to Austria to play in the Bundesliga there, Austrian Bundesliga. I played there for 7 months, you know, and I was the first guy who scored 3 goals in 1 game for that club.
So why was so short? You ever regret being so short?
Yeah. You know, I wanted to stay, but maybe another club, not that club that I play for. You know, it's not really one of the top team there.
What's the name? I did struggle to say it.
St. POLTENT.
Say it again.
St. POLTENT.
POLTENT. Oh,
Yeah.
there's some lyrics silent tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So which club you had in mind? Any club that approached you?
Yeah, there was one team in Germany. I don't even remember the name. You know, after I scored the hat-trick in the game, there was one team who came with interest, but I don't know what went wrong. You know, and there's other teams in Turkey. Even now, you have a lot of teams who reach out to me. You know what I mean? But as they come, I just send it to my agent. So he's the one who would know how to do that stuff.
So the time in Europe, would that be the first time you went into Europe?
Yeah.
How was that? The comparison, because you've played in Jamaica, you've played in the US,
No,
US and
Europe.
MLS, and then you've played in Europe.
So to be honest, you know, when I heard that I was going there, I was really excited. You know, I couldn't wait to get there. You know, but after the first 2 days, and you know, I didn't like it. The time difference, the food, you know, the language barrier. You know, normally they keep meeting. They were speaking the Dutch
German.
language. Yeah. So I would be in the meeting and hold on my head like this.
You don't know what am I talking?
Yeah, I remember one day I was like this, and the coach was like, Corey, and I was like, but I can't understand nothing you guys say. So what's the point of me in this room? You know, so after I said that, then normally after they do the meeting, then
Somebody comes translate.
Yeah, to me after. You know, so yeah.
And how did you find that? Being that, you know, you got that special attention, somebody have to come translate to you, or that did make you feel?
You know, obviously I have to feel much better knowing that you really understand what the team, you know, what they spoke about, you know, how they want to go about things. Because at first they're speaking, as I said, the Dutch, and I don't understand nothing they're saying. So, you know, normally what I did, when I'm in the meeting, sometimes when I'm paying attention, I just watch what they do with the marker and the board, and you know
The movements.
Yeah, and
Away
just,
from move.
so that's how I would know what they.
Because the way over there is the way over there say I run
I
go.
mean, you spend 7 months at Germany. You have German friends. You can talk like a German, not like a one word.
Come on,
The one
give
who
me something, a phrase.
The one who we do are just the norm in the morning, you know, the norm is a marking.
Yeah.
Marking.
And I hate that. And the easiest one that to remember.
Yeah.
Not even hello, my name is CORY BURKE.
To be honest, I don't even know some of the players' name the whole time. I don't know how to pronounce, so we don't even try to call it.
See you. Mention Portmore United. We just want to touch that a little bit. What was the difference? Because then we started at RIVOLI, and then we played Premier League at the time. I think Digicel was sponsoring the league or somebody. Or RSPL, I think, at the time.
Yeah, it was RSPL. RSPL.
And then you come back now and at the Jamaica Premier League playing for Portmore. What was the difference at the time? Would you say when you played the first time it was more competitive, or would you say coming back to Portmore United you saw an improvement in the league?
I would say it was more competitive when I was playing for RIVOLI. And the league itself was more excited. You know, even the Monday night games, you know, was more excited. You know, coming back playing for Portmore, you know, everything just seems different. You know what I mean? After the first 2 games, I was like, I have to adjust again because everything just seems different.
All right, so, you know, we just want to take us back to November the 5th, the MLS Cup final against LA. Talk to us about that. How you came on as a late sub, you played a pivotal moment in the game, but, you know, talk us through that. Gareth Bale, you know what happened at the end with Gareth Bale.
Yeah. You know, that season, you know, to be honest, when I lose the cup the other day with Red Bull.
No, man, talking about 2022. I touched 2022 first.
I tell you what,
it's just unfortunate, but we have to talk about it too.
I go back right tonight. But may I say something about the Red Bull one. We never feel it. We feel one like the Red Bull one. Why? Because the Philly game now, we were at a winning position with 1 minute and 30 seconds. So it was more like a shock feeling other than a disappointment. You know what I mean?
Couldn't believe about them score, but
Yeah, but as I mentioned, I went in the game because everyone know I'm the super sub for Philly at that moment. You know,
Yeah.
as they know,
Yeah, you were known as that. Yeah,
I
for
scored
true.
in the Eastern Conference final, going into the MLS Cup with a lot of confidence. You know, if you watch the game, the moment I go up on the pitch, our supporters, the travel supporters, the whole place. You know what I mean? And everyone I touch, LAFC play, them up like send 2 and 3 players to tackle me to try to win the ball.
Oh, you did feel in that moment of your career? Or was it like your mentality?
And
coming
also,
from right, so
In a Spanish town and see people have it like that.
yeah, and never talk about something that happened before the game. So
Alright.
it's like my mind not even too in the game right neither. Because my daughter, my young daughter, catch a seizure the night before the game. Like, not really the night before the game, like the last training session, the night before the last training session before the game. You know what I mean? And she catch the seizure already when we traveled to Jamaica. But I didn't see it. Then when she catch it, by like, you know, we were in the room, me, my wife, my 2 daughters, my son,
Yeah.
you know, and it just happened. We were in the room and they was playing and we was like, come, we're going to take a walk.
Yeah.
I remember I was showing it the Charlie because the stroller.
Yeah.
It's a stroller where we put the both of them in.
Yeah, man.
So
The combo.
yeah. So I was like, why I'm not hearing her? So I stopped and I look around and I just see she just started like and fraud just started coming from my mouth. I was so shocked. I don't know what to do. I pick her up and I just start running back to the hotel and I scream for help. You know what I mean? I remember I passed the trainer, you know, the medical staff guys in the lobby. So I know they was there, so I was running back to them. And I just tossed her to them. And I was on,
So
I don't
you
know what
fix
happened.
it.
Yeah, but then, as I was mentioned, my mind wasn't in the game. My mind was on her at the whole
Yeah.
time, you know. So I was preparing for a game and that happened to my daughter, you know.
I
It was
think
really scary.
I think that's a part of football that we humans don't look at. We
we don't
fans
discuss.
we don't discuss a lot. That you also are humans, and you know you have a lot dealing with off the field. What are your thoughts on mental health overall? Because we see that you have had mental
You've
abuse.
experienced it.
Yeah, you know
You've
you have
experienced it firsthand.
social abuse, whatever they call it, online abuse. You have faced it. Talk us.
Yeah,
How
you
that
know,
affect you mentally?
I have like people who are normally like reach out to like gynecologists who, you know, we speak, you know, those people help me a lot, you know. Whenever I feel like talk to someone, I reach out to Miss Christy Morrison, you know, we have Dr. Hamilton who work with the national team since lately. So we have people who I can reach out to. We have people who work with the MLS, people who work with the clubs, you know, who whatever is going on in your life outside of football, you can speak with those personnel, and you know, we try to get our mental part of our, you know, and our focus back, where we just focus on football, you know, and try to maximize the issue we have going on at home, you know, and off the pitch. So we have people we speak to.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I'm happy that you mentioned it, not just for the US, for MLS. I'm happy that you mentioned that it's accessible back home. For me, that's a very important thing, just to know that our national players have access to somebody to can talk to. Because a big thing where you can sit down and reason with somebody, because you face it too. And then me don't know that, because I'm a supporter. So I want to say Corey score. But him give me something in the last match and then him not drop the ball in 5 matches. I don't know, you know. But my big, you know, because I want to say Corey score. But Corey, I go through it mentally. So I'm happy to say you have somebody where you can reason with. Because you can't reason with the supporter.
Yeah.
Because as much as I might support them, I might really not business. I just want to see a score. But I'm happy that you have persons that you can talk to. As you say, we're big on mental health in football. So for we, that's definitely a plus. Definitely.
All right, and some more positive vibe, because you know what's at the down after all of that we hear. And sorry about that you had to face that. How is she now? Before we move on.
You know, yeah, after that one, I think she get like maybe 3 more times. It happened to her like 3 times after. Yeah, but it didn't happen to her last year, so that's a good sign. So,
Well, we hope that, you know.
but
better
it
health
happened
for-
to my son, so last year.
So do you
one
have
time.
problems with that as a person? You that ever
I
happened to you?
remember one time when I was going to Macaulay, because I went to 2 primary school. I went to Macaulay first, and I went to
Spanish
Central
town.
Primary. So I remember in grade 1, I remember it happened, you know, because it happened from high fever. I remember I have a fever. And it happened. Yeah, one time. It happened one time with my wife as well. So
Oh, so you guys, it's probably genetic, so
yeah.
they'll be fine then. Thank
man.
God. Thank God that they'll be fine.
All right, Corey.
On a better note,
Definitely.
you know that we talk about your community now. We're at the point of talking about your community. You know that we're here on the field of De La Vega. This is where you train, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell us what does it mean for you to be so actively involved with your community team?
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, where I play for De La Vega City, from under 17 level, to the Major League. I played 2 seasons for De La Vega in Major League. First season we went to the semi-final,
Mm-hmm.
2-leg semi-final. I missed out on the second one, we lost 2. And then the second year I played, I was leading goal scorer,
Mm-hmm.
and we won. I was 16 years old at that point as well. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and we won. I move on to Harbour, come back. So I'm always back. Whenever I'm on break, I come back amongst the team. But now I'm playing a more better role in the team, as everyone knows.
Administration
Yeah.
role, yeah, administrative role, I should say.
Yeah, so I'm the person who, try to get everything organized,
Mm-hmm.
Try to bring the professionalism that I learn overseas, trying to display it with the youngsters here. Because we have a lot of young players, players from Jonathan Grant, Jose Martin, St. Diego, you know what I mean? So we have a lot of young players in the team.
What's your ultimate goal with De La Vega?
Yeah, everyone know I always talk about it. Whenever I look at Dumbo and playing the Premier League, that's what drives me crazy the most. Believe me,
Yeah. Oh, no more league. In the league on DELA.
Yeah, knowing that when I was playing for DELA, no matter where we play Dumbo, we have to beat them. I remember one game we went there with 11 players, and we were losing game 2-0. I would beat them 3-2-0. They played them a pretty over in the semi-final. The year one win the Major League. First leg, them beat us 2-1. The second leg, we give them 4-0. Yeah, so whenever I look, I'm see Dumbo and play Premier League, I'm say, DELA.
Should I you?
You know what I mean? So I always tell the players them, I say, yo, the last time DELA win a major trophy is when I was playing. And that's a long time.
But you know, think the people are glad that you just said that. You know, think the people them say them night and shining armor leave them. Them God as them would have said, God on earth, leave them. Who did I carry the team just hop and go away?
Or them believe in you.
All right,
Like a beta
so
season.
I'm gonna speak more on it. I think is the way the management staff used to go about things. Like players they don't have to train one day and then they play the game. So now I said no. If you can't train at least 3 days for the week, you're not gonna play. And meanwhile, if you don't train, you're not get good results. As I tell them, train hard, the game come easier. And everyone said once I'm here, everyone come to training. Yeah.
Do you think you have that effect? Like them coming to you now because they want you to brush off some of that experience on them, because just being around you, say certain things that you're going to say or do, it's just going to fall on them head and live with them because they actually see that you have done it before.
Yeah, I have a lot of influence on the community, not just DELA, but Dallas Lynn, that's where I'm from, And as I mentioned, whenever I'm here, everyone come to training for most part. Before I came, it's like 6 and 7 and 8 players normally come training. Now I'm here, 30 odd players to come train. I don't know where some people come from a train.
Them things they have some links and everything. But we want to stay on DELA now. Just to say you had some problems last season with the St. Catherine FA. You want to expound on that, and has it been resolved?
Yeah, me personally think the FA is not doing a good job, right? And there's a lot of reasons why I said that. Because even the same situation with DELA. You are the FA, you transfer the players, you register the players. So if one player don't get transferred from this club to come here, you should be able to know that, right? And if the player play more than one game, because I think the player play up to 10 games.
Yeah.
And then if a club never go report say, yo, if them play this, they never get a chance, you the FA wouldn't know. But then they want to.
But that's how it is in Jamaica. We see it happen with even higher profile players, because we had somebody, it is Robinho Gordon, I don't know if he was watching the Manning Cup recently, outstanding defender, you know that, and they also had a problem with him moving from Mountain View to Vere Phoenix.
Yeah, when stuff like I think when stuff like this happen, the organization should be accountable for it. Because as I mentioned, they are the one who register the player. If a player should get chance, they are the one who do it. So if, for instance, if I have a club and you have a club, and I want a player from you, you know what I mean? And if I transfer the player, and he's the FA, you have to go through him for the transfer to happen. You know? So I think the FA blunder, and the way they go about it, they should have, you know, take away so much points from the team. If I'm say if they should take the points, I think they should just take back the 3 points, you know, and say the player can't finish the competition. But to take away all of the points them with the player, knowing that the transfer have to go through the FA. So if the player didn't get a transfer, you guys should be able to know that without a club have to come and report it.
And I just show that then how active they are in the league and they're not properly, you know, monitoring all of these activities in the league.
Alright.
Oh my.
Today, you know, today are Friday, the 17th day. You're back home at talk to KNOCKINZ TV. Oh, CORY BURKE, now they are foreign play ball. What we are here? Because we are here something. We put with ears are growing on. The streets are talk about we are boy don't really listen to the streets.
We want you to tell me.
Yeah,
so
we want you to
have
tell
a platform you can look. Don't worry yourself, this will be posted after anything happen. Anything happen, we already know, so it's time for you to tell them. You know?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people reach out to me about Portmore United, you know, but it's not just Portmore United. Even more players that reach out to me, you know, people want me to go there. But my focus is playing overseas football still. You know, me and my agent, we still in talk with other clubs, you know, not just in the US, but in other countries. You know, so if I should play for Portmore, that would be like the last option.
Alright. That's fair.
That's fair.
So that settles it.
Wow. We thought, I personally thought that he was going to Portmore. That's why, you know, we're intending to drop this video after he gets signed for Portmore.
So this was one of the situations where I told my agent that I'm not just going to sit and wait for, you know, for one club to come and we're going to sign. We're going to do the same deal that I did before when I was playing for Portmore, you know, play in there, but whenever something comes, we can
leave.
You know,
fair. I would appreciate you coming to Portmore.
Portmore, I'm saying, you know.
Yeah, man, that's why I'm here and I'm saying, come talk to it. Come here, bring you come at Portmore, but ouch. That's all I have to say. Ouch. That don't sound so good. But if you have the chance though, because we're in January right now, say for instance, match coming up on the weekend, is there a possibility that you might feature for Portmore?
No. As I said, we're still in talk, and it could be a possibility, but you know, as I mentioned, we have to do the right figure. So
you know, so the right thing them cool.
No man, I right thing him.
I know I can't
from Spanish town, me understand what you say. You know ball and we left it right there. So I code. Alright. You're approaching the latter stages of your career. Because you know we live. But we have to get older. And then you're getting a little older now. But when you look back, and I want you to look all the way back. So you're looking back at Pepsi, Coles, D-Cup, to where you're there now. Do you smile and say, I had a successful career, I had a great life at the age of 33 that you are now?
Yeah, I would say that, you know, like even other people mention, you know, when they speak about the greatest player from St.CATHERINE or Spanish Town, you know, and, you know, many people that give it to me because of my achievement, you know. No matter the big name before me, you know, they have to give it to me because of all of the achievement and, you know, where I play and represent the country, I have a lot of caps, you know what I mean, so, yeah.
All right. Now at 33, 10 years, how does 10 years look for CORY BURKE? Am I going to drive to Mandeville and see an apartment complex with the name CORY BURKE, or am I going to see a stadium with the name CORY BURKE? What is 10 years, 15 years down the line?
The stadium sounds good.
You know, it's 10 years, 15 years down the line looking for you.
You know,
life after football?
You know, life after football, you know, it's always going to be football. As you know, I'm here with the DELA VEGA team still. You know, there's a lot of work we are putting in. You know, there's a lot of work to be done. As you can see, I recently fixed the field.
Yeah.
You know, I pay some money to get the field resurfaced.
Yeah.
You know, because if I show you a video last year, it was just dirt.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, man. We know.
So there's a lot of work to be put in and to be done. As you know, I'm trying to do something to, you know, to gather some funds to put towards the team, because I think I want the players to be able to, you know, to get meal after training.
Yeah.
You know,
Just the
we
small
want to
stuff.
reach a place where
That's
the
not
players
small.
can come even earlier and get food before training.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is in the professional world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nutrition is vital.
Yeah, and you know you can perform on a hungry
Hungry
stomach.
belly. That's true.
Very vital, very vital.
Alright.
But as we talk about that, you know, you're moving on to more of the administrative side. What about owning the club or owning a club in Jamaica Premier League?
You
And
know,
do you, before you answer that, do you ever see yourself as coaching? So give me the two of them. You see yourself owning or you see yourself coaching?
you know, to be honest, people here want me to take over the club, which I was thinking about it a lot. I have somebody who I think will do a better job. You know, I just want to be around, you know, to share my experience and, you know, because, you know, in football, as I said, there's a lot of teams here don't have an identity.
Yeah.
Have a structure of how they want to go about their thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you have to have that in football. Or you want a club to have freedom structure, the way they play.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things where Cavaliers have.
Yeah.
That's why you see, no matter who they lose, they still perform well. Because they have an identity and a structure of how they want to play. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like when I play in Philly, we have a different structure from Red Bull.
Yeah.
You know, but it's similar. We have the pressing game of it.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's not the same, it's just similarity. You know, Red Bull is a pressing team. Philly is a pressing team, especially when I was there.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why one of the things where Red Bull was quick for me to come there.
Yeah.
Because they know I
You
really
match their playing
yeah.
style.
So coaching now, I'm gonna do the coaching course in America. You know, I spoke with people there. I spoke with my agent. I told him this is what I want to do because coaching is something that I think I would do good at. You know what I mean? That's why I don't really want to take over and own the club.
Okay.
You know, I want to give it to someone who I think can
definitely do it.
help
That's
the
very
community
humble.
and not just the football part of it.
That's
Alright.
very humble from you. Very, very humble from you.
See, night I come down and we're there with the big baller. But you know, we're not gonna keep you much longer. For us, for me, for the supporters, definitely. We do want to see you 10, 15 years down the line achieving life after football, as you said that you don't want it to. We are now at the stage where national call-up, Gold Cup. So we have Trinidad to play shortly, and then we have Gold Cup. And then there's World Cup qualifiers further down in the year. CORY BURKE at 33, still the same high press, goal scoring, aggressive kind of player. Are we looking forward to featuring for the national team in latter stages of the year, or what are we saying?
Yeah, you know, I still have, you know, more can give for the country, you know. The last time I remember I get called up, you know, I spoke with the coach. That's the coach before this coach.
Yeah.
I spoke with him and I said, I don't think it's a good idea for you to call me for this camp. You know, knowing that with the situation with the own goal against US in that game where I shouldn't even play that game as well. You know, it's just the mentality of me. I always want to play for the country, you know, I always want to give my best. I always want to fight for the country. But if people know what I've been through before the game, you know, and with the same injury that I did a surgery for, you know, and I didn't even play in the third place game.
Yeah.
So I fly back after the game to Jersey and then I went to LA to do my rehab.
Yeah.
You know, that's
People
where
thought that you run away when you did that.
nah.
Because you just score your own goal and you just go away. You know?
As you know, them have to take me out the game.
Yeah.
Because the pain of me I feel, I could have run no longer.
Yeah.
I don't change the whole for the preparation towards the game. You know, before I travel, I have a stomach bug.
Yeah.
Where I have diarrhea, vomiting. I have to call management and say, yo, change the flight to the Monday. Even the Monday when I was going on the flight, I was thinking, I was like, I want to go, but I don't want to tell them that I don't want to come. You know, I'm still going. You know, the coach and everybody know that I was going through that. You know, I've been locked up in my room. Even when I tried to train, can't train. I just on the field standing. But the coach, you know, Topper, Schaefer, and the other coach, they all believe in me. And, you know, they know the fight and the guts and the heart that I bring in the team. You know, so they give me that trust. You know, knowing that Corey is gonna give it all on the pitch, even if I play for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. You know. So I still have belief that I will go back in the national team. Just that I just want to start play again, get more playing time wherever I go, and you know show them that I still can do it.
Alright.
When that happened to you, when you scored that one goal, if there was a hole on the pitch, you think you'd have just dropped down in it and hide yourself
Yeah,
right
to be
there?
honest, it was the worst feeling. If you asked me for an interview that time, I would say, I would say no, because I know, yeah.
You know, right time we asked for the interview.
Oh,
man.
my right time. I will still end up talking. And you know, it's you bring it up. We almost leave and
yeah.
never mention it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy that.
We almost
I'm happy that-
almost leave.
Yeah,
You-
because
you
even
could get to that.
after the game and we went back to the hotel, I don't leave my room, I don't eat. You know, I couldn't sleep. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was such a heartbreaking moment. So
Because it would have been, you know, long when I get over that USA hurdle. And
Yeah.
today we still don't get over that hurdle. And,
yeah.
you know, oh boy, I have a little clip in about it. I think I'm going to show you off camera. We did a little episode on it.
Yeah, man.
I don't
See
think
that.
you see it. If you did see it, I don't think we'd have get
See
this
that.
interview. But
So just football.
anything else you want to say before we leave? Because we're wrapping up. You see that it's very dark right now. We have to leave. Cause you know where we are. Although I hear a place though.
I
Cause
want
you
to
know.
go and govern, man.
Yeah, man. We're there with the big ball. You know, you go in there with big ball and everything.
man.
But anything else you want to share with the people, with your fans and the people of KNOCKINZ, all the Knockies them, and Jamaica itself? Anything you want to get off of your chest?
Yeah, you know, as you know, we here, you know, talking about football. Yeah, and you know, Jamaica, we are very passionate about football, and the people of Jamaica are very passionate about our national team as well, and want to see the team succeed and do well. You know, but what I have to say, you know, to the fans, you know, keep believing, you know, in the players. You know, what I mean, as you know, it's togetherness. You know, what I mean, it's not going to take just the team, but it's going to take the entire nation to push the team forward.
Definitely. We love that.
Knockies them.
Ball of foot. We should
You
have
know
one
it.
ball of foot.
A ball of foot, of course, but give thanks, Cory Burke, for passing through or accommodating us for this interview. We hope that the person them here, you know, you get off a lot of HS and it will clear up a lot of issues that people have of you or have ideologies of you. Hopefully, you leave a better mark on them because I did love this interview. I hope you did
Definitely.
too. Rose,
You know,
blessings, bro. It really nice to have you upon the interview them
Yeah,
too.
man.
If we do this more.
And
And I hope say
we have to
it
do. We make it happen, but you know, we
you
there.
know, give thanks,
We
bro.
never want to miss it. You know,
I
we believe.
appreciate it.
We believe.
And Corey again, blessings. And I wish you all the best at DELA VEGA. And Pomer is always there for you.
We are going to feature now.
Yeah, man.
Pomer is always there for you.
Major League, definitely. Because we know it's a kick off. And I just Premier League, we want to showcase football all across Jamaica. We did the little ones, we did the Pepsi, we did the Coles a little bit, we did with the Jamaica Premier League, with the schoolboy football. Major League is definitely something. I talk to them, Spanish Town, my place, we play for Royal League, so definitely we have a feature. So we are go there and we see the work that you're doing with the field. Development is something that we've always spoken about, so definitely we're happy that you could have said, yo, want to forward in my place and eat some food and shot an interview on a field where you used to play on from a younger.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself,
Man.
Baller. Believe, man, I knock it.
Well, man.
Ball of foot.
And KNOCKINZ.
See it there.